Okay, hopefully you can see me. It's a little dark down here, but we are in a basement, and I just want to give you a quick video of what I look for when I come down to a basement for a property that could be one of the rental properties we use, or even if it's going to be a flip. But we're in some of the parts of lower income areas of St. Louis looking at some of these properties, and the beauty is these houses are typically, they're not huge, and you usually have a nice square basement where everything's pretty much exposed, and you can get a good, at least first-hand look at some of the different things that other inspectors will be looking at and that you'll be looking at in terms of what it might cost you to renovate the property. First of all, here is our water supply into the house. Now this is going beyond 101. This is getting a little more advanced. When I came down the basement, I am not a tall guy, okay? And I'm standing at the ceiling. And then I look down at the water line, and it's coming out of the floor here. From the city water is coming out of the floor. Someone came in here and poured another basement floor and raised the level. These typically come out of the wall, and like I said, I'm not very tall. I shouldn't be hitting the ceiling in this house. So anyway, those are just some things that in your back of your mind, like, okay, you're kind of an investigator. What's going on here? What has happened? Over here, I'll always come over and take a look at the electric panel. A lot of times I'll try to look to see, is it a breaker system or is it screw-in fuses? Many municipalities will not allow you to keep screw-in fuses, so when you have a re-inspection at this point, they are no longer grandfathered in and you have to change out the panel. That can be a little bit pricey, so you want to know the ordinances of the city. There's different municipalities here in St. Louis where they don't even do an interior inspection, so if you have screw-in fuses or breakers, it doesn't matter. They're not going to even come in. But on other properties, if you have a panel in here, and if there isn't a city inspection note on it or something, they may ask you to get that, or they may ask you to replace it. So with electric, just be conscious of some of the things that you could face. As we go through the basement over here, the next things I look at are the furnace and air conditioner, water heater, and the stack. This is the supply stack where everything from the waste from the toilets to the sinks and drains all come through. A lot of times in these older homes, you're going to have a cast iron pipe, and with that, you'll get cracking, fraying, leaking. It can be a sticking point for inspectors, both in the municipality and for things like the housing authority. This house, they had replaced it with PVC, which is great. You just want to make sure they've done a nice job of connecting to the cast iron that was here originally, and make sure that that is okay. You don't want to have leaking problems here with your sewer stack and stuff like that. The water heater, visual inspections, we don't have any power on at this point, so we can't test anything. We don't have the gas on. So I do visual inspections to see if at least the condition looks operable to the best of my knowledge, and then also with, we look to see, is the plumbing here, is the copper here, and is that an expense that we could incur? When you make the offer, if the copper's in the house on a foreclosure, note it in the sale contract. If this copper disappears before you close and you come back for your walkthrough, you can ask for discounts on the price. And again, real quickly, look at the foundation walls. Are they cracking? Are they bowing? What's the issue with that? And again, right on this example here, we have a much older furnace. Odds are good that it probably still runs, or that you can repair it, so that's a judgment call or a gut call if you don't have utilities on. Are you going to add that in as an expense on your property, or are you actually just going to take a chance and see if you can repair it? Or I'd probably say about 60 to 70% of homes, I come in with things like this, once we get them up and running, they actually work. So that's just the Cliff Notes version of some quick things to look through when you're in the basement.